Destruction of private property. It's against the law.
Somebody gets raped by somebody and they're like, I'm a 16-year-old and I can't have this baby. Think you should keep it?
It's a baby.
Yeah.
If someone is raped and she gave birth and she decided to kill her 3-year-old child.
I meant to get your phone!
Hello, and welcome into yet another special episode of Into the Dark. What's the subject of today's episode, you may ask? A zombie with mental disability is the subject of today. You guessed it. Today we're talking about Jason, alias the most glazed horror character in fiction. People talk about how this guy is the strongest horror character. All of that while ignoring the fact that a normal human holding nothing but a rock managed to beat his sorry ass.
This nigga is trash!
So why do people actually believe he could beat verses like Jujutsu Kaisen or Demon Slayer? Well, because of two things. One, he's immortal, so people think he has infinite durability and can beat everyone. And two, because he's shown superhuman feats of strength, which is absurd because durability is how much you can tank. Jason can be hurt by basic grenade launchers. Yes, he does regenerate, but it's endurance since he needed regeneration to survive it, not durability. By the way, being immortal doesn't actually change anything if your opponent is massively stronger than you. It basically just means you're an unkillable punching bag, just like the guy I'm showing on screen right now. Come on, he's literally begging for mercy. But Jason is strong, right? He can punch someone's head with one punch. He can behead 3 people at once. He can destroy walls and metal doors. Yeah, and they just scale him at war level, which is the lowest tier of attack potency for fictional characters with superhuman strength. Just because it's more gore and bloody doesn't mean it scales him higher. This shit is war level. Just for comparison, Jogo from Jujutsu Kaisen is capable of creating a meteor so powerful it can destroy a city, and he is not even the strongest of his verse. And what can Jason do, you may ask? Like no motherfucker. The FBI literally blew him into bits with something that's not even close to city level. A meteor of that size would legit disintegrate every cell within this man's body. And don't even get me started on Jason's mind control bullshit. It only works if you eat his heart, which is the last piece of him alive. Because like I said earlier, if this can put him down, then this will leave no traces of any organs he can use for mind control.
Give me your money!
So I thought it would be fun to show you characters that can either put him down or completely kill him. Because yes, there's characters in fiction that can kill immortal peoples, and you guys are gonna have to follow me outside of the manor for this one. So without further ado, let's go.
A few moments later.
So you're probably wondering, why the fuck are we in a bus in the middle of nowhere? Well, I'm waiting for the characters to arrive. Matter of fact, here they are. Alright guys, he's literally right there. So let's start with the creeper, and given the fact that Jason is a literal child in the body of a grown rotten zombie, I think it's safe to assume that this man is here to meet a 15-year-old boy.
Hey, you here to meet a 15-year-old boy? Hey, come here, call this nigga.
Bro.
A 15-year-old boy.
Bro,
15-year-old boy.
bro, why you here to meet a 15-year-old boy?
I got the store, bro.
Yeah, bro, get off.
Got the store, bro.
Get off, bro.
Moving on. The only advantage Jason has in this fight is durability and endurance, which is exactly what the creeper has a counter to. To begin, the creeper is intelligent and can talk. He has enough brain to build a truck that is not only bulletproof, but has a mind of its own. And mind you, he only has 23 days of activity for this. Not only that, but he is smart enough to build bombs. And yeah, it's GG for Jason if he uses them, even if you don't believe they can blow him up. The truck genuinely has traps that could stun Jason long enough for this man to pull a Mortal Kombat combo on his ass. Jason wasn't even strong enough to break chains underwater. Something like this would slow him down for what's to come, said thing being his death, because the creeper can indeed kill Jason. You see, there's genuine levels of immortality. Jason doesn't even come close to being the best at this shit, because almost all fictional characters with immortality like resurrection and regeneration have one major weakness. Hacks. Hacks is a catch-all term for abilities that can be used to ignore or bypass one or more of a target's statistics, rendering them irrelevant. So what hacks does the creeper has, you may ask? Kissing people, especially men. But seriously though, the creeper's main power is the hollow dimension. You see, once he eat one of your body parts, it automatically transfers the soul representing said body part into the hollow dimension, a dimension holding the soul of everything the creeper has eaten since the creation of mankind. From here, it all goes downhill for Jason, because the creeper tend to eat the heart out of people and can punch right through someone just to rip it up from their body.
He watched that thing fly down and punch a hole in his old man. He stood there and watched it pull the heart right out of his daddy's chest and swallowed it.
Right now, you're probably gonna mention that if he does that, Jason's heart is gonna take control of his body. But it wouldn't work, because in Jason Goes to Hell, a special dagger made to send his soul to hell works on him. Shit was so bad Freddy Krueger had to get him out of hell because he couldn't get out by himself. And then Freddy absorbed his soul, and he couldn't come back until the nightmare Warriors killed Freddy. In resume, if a character has any sort of ability that can trap or completely destroy the soul of Jason, then his ass is never coming back. Fucking Mojito would beat Jason with just one move. But back to the hollow dimension. If the creeper actually eat his heart, which contained his soul, Jason will be unable to come back since he's forever stuck in another plane of existence. The funniest thing about this is that he can just go for one limb, eat it, trap it, which make Jason unable to regenerate said limb, come back, and repeat until Jason just die from complete soul trapping. This would work seeing how Freddy outsped him during their fight, and how much faster the creeper is. Moving on. Do you know how much hatred a person needs to have within them to hire a group of diddies for the sole purpose of beating a singular dude? Because I do. I just did. Does that mean I support what the creeper and his director stand for? Fuck no. Do I enjoy him beating the crap out of Jason?
Yeah.
Anyway, any fucking character with meta manipulation, soul destruction ability, or even transmutation could know diff Jason's sorry ass. Like, the whole point of Jason is that his powers makes him immortal. Any power I just listed, just remove any scenario of him coming back. Just imagine you're immortal. And then I just remove all your power by turning you into a candy ball or a cracker. Remember Superfly? The radio tower? Jason would deadest turn into metal and die if he ever tried to leave. Any reality warper could turn this man into a basketball, and that would legit be the end of him. Remember that one time Freddy turned him into a baby with no powers, and he was about to die until the sleeping drugs wore off. Any other fictional character with similar power would kill him. Speaking about it, are we deadest gonna ignore that this man can blow up a planet if he feels like it? The only reason there's no real winner in Freddy vs. Jason is because both had a massive fanbase at the time, and the directors said they didn't want to upset either of them by picking a winner. Because realistically Freddy is really just a cartoon character. Have you seen the type of cosmic bullshit this motherfucker pulled out in the comics? Speaking about comics, remember that time Comics Leprechaun turned a guy into money that would one-tap any version of Jason? And right now, I was gonna talk about why Jason would not be able to solo any anime verse, but I found something way more fun to talk about before that. The Rubber is a 2011 horror film about a sentient tire named Robert who stalk women and explode people with its mind. This movie was made to honor the death of somebody somehow. How the fuck does this count as honoring somebody? That shit was made to disrespect the death of somebody. The tire still no diff Jason though. Why? Because 1. Jason has an IQ of 50 on a good day, and wouldn't expect a tire to blow him up. 2. The tire can blow up a whole body if it want to, and Jason got decapitated by a piece of glass. 3. It's a fucking tire. It has no mouth or organs, so the mind control can't work on it. Furthermore, Jason's soul is stuck inside his heart. and he need to kiss someone to transfer it, meaning if the heart were to be destroyed, Jason's soul would too, meaning he can't come back anymore. Funny thing is, Robert the Tire can generate so much power that he can just turn you and your organs into red mist. But the funniest shit is that at the end of the movie, every existing tire gain intelligence and the same powers as Robert. So either way, even if he somehow comes back, he'll just be treated as a cockroach you need to kill every day before going to work. People are out here glazing Humpty Dumpty over there while he can't even set 2 steps in a parking lot before getting his ass handed to him by a bunch of tires. And then people say outrageous stuff like, Jason's solo anime. No motherfucker. Even something as cringe as Season 1 My Hero Academia would one-shot this man. And then they forget that being chained or trapped in ice isn't gonna stop his ass. Season 1 Shota was able to freeze a stadium. A fucking cryo chamber is enough to contain Jason until humanity had built spaceship. Imagine half a fucking stadium worth of ice. Even in later season, there's people that generate enough fire to disintegrate a whole building. Remember that time he fought a guy with regeneration and burned him on a molecular level to stop the regeneration.
Regenerate you with hellfire so hot, you won't be able to regenerate fast enough! Providence burn! Providence burn!
And then you realize that average agent from the government can capture Jason, and that he couldn't break out of his restraint until Freddy came to rescue him like a disappointed father after seeing their child in police custody. So even the weakest low-level hero would send him in prison. Prison that are built to contain people with quirks that are far more destructive than Jason by his own. My guy, random nobodies were dodging and reacting to light beams in Season 1. The average student from Class 1A would beat him. Forbid all of them together. Are we gonna forget that one time one of them threw a ball and it got an infinity on result? All she has to do, and she will, is literally just to touch him once and he'll be forever stuck in space for the rest of his eternal life. On some Allied Master Computer type shit. Do you know how bad it is to get thrown into a maximum security prison by a guy with Scotch elbow? Matter of fact, do you know how many of them can no-diff him?
Every single one of them. And not just the men, but the women. And the children, too.
He was implying about the children. One of them has the power to rewind your body to a certain point of your life. That mean either she rewind Jason to a point where he wasn't a zombie thus breaking his curse and freeing him, or she can just blink him out of existence forever. I mean, Jason doesn't kill kids that were abused like him. So it's a victory either way. And that's without counting the villains. Because Shigaraki's decay can literally destroy anything it touched, no matter how durable it is. One touch and Jason is gone forever. You're comparing a guy who brutally destroys human bodies against a guy who can effortlessly destroy a whole city with one finger touch. Even Uber Jason would get no diffed by Shigaraki, but Uber Jason can regenerate from a single atom, right? Yeah, because he has nanoants that do it for him. He can't regenerate like that by himself. Even the movie show that, which is why he loses to Shigaraki. Decay works by propagating, meaning if he touched Jason's body, the decay is gonna propagate from there to every single nanoants on his body, making any attempt at regenerating impossible. And while we're at it, the same people that say Jason is beating anime and liking to depict is cringe are the same people that overglaze their favorite character because his quote-unquote strongest form is in a comic book. My Hero Academia is an example of good media but bad community. The anime community is cringe, not the anime in itself. How about you judge the media by yourself and give your own opinion like a decent human being, instead of being a hypocrite and saying every anime is cringe? Because we can talk about this if you want. Come on, go fuck yourself. That's not literally what I fucking meant. Stop fucking yourself. Unfuck yourself this instant.
There are 300.
Alright, I admit I went a little overkill. Let's put Comics Jason against a weaker verse. Let's put him against the weakest anime shonen verse. Demon Slayer. Do you guys think Comics Jason can solo Demon Slayer? Fuck no, he doesn't. Regular grenade launchers force him to regenerate. The weakest upper moon can destroy a town at full power. Jason can tear human bodies, but so does every singular fucking demons. And he doesn't even scale to Necronomicon Freddy, since the latter literally laughed his ass off when Jason tried to kill him. Not only that, but every singular demons have faster regeneration than comics Jason does. Just to show you an example, you don't even have time to cut that it's already regenerated. And that's a weakened demon. He wasn't even able to heal after getting cut with a chainsaw until Freddy decided to heal him. Comics Jason got beaten up by a normal human with a rock and wasn't even durable enough to withstand a piece of glass cutting his head. Not metal. A piece of glass. An average demon slayer need to slice a boulder in half to even gain enough strength to cut off a regular demon's neck. This guy said Comics Jason was fast because he killed a search team before they could react, but it's really just a sneak attack. Nobody expected intellectually challenged undead to burst out of water. They literally blasted him the moment he came out. This is not a speed feat. Comics Jason wasn't even fast enough to prevent Freddy Krueger from fucking his dead mother. They dodge lightning for a living. The average Hashira or demon can break the sound barrier. Yeah, he's immortal, but so is every demon. You know that Nezuko's flame can just stop regeneration, right? You know that one of them can just turn him into a fish with no powers. Another one has soul destruction which keep him from coming back in the comics. The demon slayers literally have a technique that completely nullify regeneration on a cellular level. Even after a century, it won't regenerate. A casual punch from an upper moon can destroy a building. What the fuck do you want Jason to do? Fucking sink in the bottom of a lake a second time, maybe? Keep in mind, he can't even break out of ice by himself. They don't even have to kill him. Toma can just freeze him forever in the Infinity Castle. Remember how normal toxic waste killed him in a movie? The blood of Muzan, while weakened, can do the same on a cellular level. He can't regenerate for shit. Someone as weak as Nezuko would genuinely maul him to death before using her anti-healing flames to make sure he's gone forever. And while we're at it, the moment your favorite character is put on the ground and crawling because of regular machete hits, please never say he solos a verse again. The teleportation is also out because he doesn't have the reaction time to use it. And because he didn't teleport from this, or any of this shit. Also, people love to talk about how Savini Jason is a version of Jason that supposedly killed the devil because he has his pitchfork while it's stated nowhere that he verbatim defeated him. He just took it. You know that it's a concept skin named after Tom Savini who made practical effect for horror movies, right? Savini Jason has no feats whatsoever. All the hype is based around assumption and a concept design. Now let's talk about why you mainly clicked on the video. Just like everyone, I love Bada's characters. I love Yujiro Hanma. He's one of my favorite character, mainly because he's badass and because of invisible food. If I had to choose my favorite anime character, I'd pick Yujiro every day of the week and twice on Sundays. But let's be honest, the man is not beating a single Powerpuff Girl. And you know what's more humiliating than getting your ass handed to you by 3 flying kids? Getting your ass handed to you by a bunch of femboys? This part is here, so you understand that just because a character is badass doesn't mean he can beat people that look weaker.
I honestly feel Kodak Black is the new James Brown.
Vlad, somebody should shoot you in the neck with a tranquilizer dart and put a whole bag of your body and escort you in a van to the state line and at gunpoint tell you never bring your ass back here.
And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying you can't love a character. I'm saying you can't just judge based on who look more terrifying. Honestly, Venti is probably the strongest out of the 3. If I told you one of them could lift and cut mountain, you'd probably say it's Jason based on appearance. Jason's best lift was a 10-ton boiler. Venti lift fucking mountain and has overall better stats. But Jason is immortal and Venti has no way to kill. Just bury him under a fucking mountain. He can't get out of that. Similar to the ice situation. Either way, Venti has eternal life, so it's not really a problem. Moving on to Astolfo, the most popular of the 3. He can bend light poles, and has enough strength to drag a giant. He's comparable to other savants like this one who can destroy the region of Orlean, and while Jason is still at 10 tons, Astolfo is comparable to someone who flipped a plane mid-flight. Astolfo also owned this instrument. It turned whatever is weak enough to get touched by it into dust. And it's Jason, Mr. Rock Victim. That and Astolfo being a paladin gives him way more combat skills than Jason. And alas, Felix, the weakest one. Honestly, yeah, Jason takes strength. Felix takes everything else. He has regeneration constantly activated on his body. Regeneration that, unlike Jason, made him survive an explosion. It's less funny when I use a character with immortality, now is it? Felix's win conditions revolve around either damaging Jason's soul or just paralyze him for enough times to cut his head off with something stronger than a piece of glass, or just paralyzing him for eternity. Either way, I don't give a shit. At this point, let's just go full overkill on this man. Hello, could I get 1000 anti-monitor at my front door, please? But in all seriousness, this video has reached its conclusion. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you liked this video. Comment if you want to suggest more video idea. Until then, I was your host for today, and this was the special Halloween episode of Into the Dark.